But I want to tell you about a guy I know who also does a little bit of the busking. Made a real career out of it. There are a lot of crazy stories that you hear underground in New York City. But this is, for me, it's one that hit the hardest. He busts down Queens usually. Have you ever been to Court Square? Perhaps you've seen a man standing there. He stands, guitar in hands, harmonica by his lips, where his sadness sits, from whence songs of longing drip. Singing his songs of long lost love, yeah, crying out to God above. Sure, you say, oh, I've heard it all before. Just wait, there's something more. Before I knew that you were leaving, I thought you'd be with me forever. I guess that's just what everybody thinks, till life comes along and teaches them better. Oh, I know I'm not unique. I know it's not just me. But that won't keep me from missing your face, knowing I'm in such good company. That's the way the cookie crumbled. My ball bounced away and my whole world crumbled for me. But I won't accept defeat. Whoa, I will wait patiently, patiently, patiently. His story starts with a doll, a beat up old plush Cookie Monster doll, blue, all matted fur, the eyes not googly anymore. He loved that thing when he was a kid. He used to carry it with him everywhere. It was his mother's doll when she was a child. It wasn't his favorite toy, but it was his favorite companion. And one day, he was with his mother going to a doctor's appointment near Court Square in Queens. And he grabbed the doll from the back windshield of the car and a little rubber ball to keep him company while his mother was in her stirrups. He was pulling the doll along behind him while his mother was pulling him, and while she herself was being pulled by her perennial tardiness. This time, very important. So he let go of the doll just for a second, dropped it in the middle of the street near 44th Drive, right? He turned around to pick up his Cookie Monster doll, and when he turned back to join her frenetic pace, his mother was gone. Just gone. She hadn't bent over to tie her shoe. She wasn't in a bodega buying a pack of gum. She wasn't hiding or playing a game. She was gone, and where she had been standing, there on the pavement is a hole, about the size of a large pizza box. Not crumbling, no deadly little tendrils winding their way towards the boy's feet, just a hole. There in the empty street, completely silent but for the faint hush of water far below. Blue running shoes, light on the side, little pink eyelids, bright yellow laces, 1 6 wide. All was running, nowhere to hide, deep underground. You recede with the tide. He remembers a sort of mirage of cop car lights, a crowd of people, putting up tape, blocking off 4 ways of traffic while they try and figure out what happened, who is to blame, find the woman or what's left of her. He didn't scream out, he wasn't like, Mom, or no, he didn't really say or feel anything. He was sort of just stuck, but he definitely didn't feel her extinguish inside of him. all of this mayhem didn't make any sense to him because he could still very clearly feel his mother. Alive, like the same way he had felt her a moment ago. Cut to another scene, still life with minister and coffin. Empty coffin, white flowers, the boy sits in the church looking at a couple of kids playing ball in the parking lot, wondering what all the fuss is about. He can still feel her very much alive. So he spends 12 years with his family upstate. They encourage his love of music. They buy him a guitar, he starts writing songs. They discourage his dislike of sports. At first the songs are kind of basic, simple, what you would think. He writes about his dog Mac. He's got a golden retriever, beautiful, loyal, autonomous, but capable of being very comforting and kind of like, golden retriever. He loved Mac. The dog got 4 songs while he was alive and 1 song a week after he died of canine sarcoma. And the boy wrote about it. He wrote about it all. He kept, the only thing they found underground were his mother's shoes. They were a pair of blue Nikes with a pink swoosh. They were her gym shoes that she had worn forever because she never went to the gym. And he kept those and the Cookie Monster doll in the corner of his bedroom for 12 years. It's like a little, I don't know, not a shrine, but just somewhere to direct his thoughts, where he would sing and write his songs and play. He wrote about his first heartbreak. Oh, he had a little summertime fling with a girl that worked at the gas station across the street from his house. A couple of brief makeout sessions, behind the garage after her shift. And he wrote about it, He wrote about it all. That one was kind of unfortunate. That one got a little edgier. That one's more like well, she told the boy she loved him, but she wasn't for real, because she made out with his best friend in that barn up on the hill. So he drank a bunch of alcohol and he swallowed some pills, and then the next thing that you know, he's feeling, time to get ill, laying on the bathroom floor. He got his head against the door, he's got his arm around the toilet bowl for a little support. He's trying to throw up all the lies that he thought were his life, because when he asked for I love you, he got goodbye. He said, what do I do with all these memories? Once they become part of the air you breathe, we might let that line real good between you and me. He didn't know, to some girls that just don't mean a thing. No, it don't mean a thing. And all through the whole thing, he kept his notebooks going. 12 years later, he shows up back in New York City on a scholarship to NYU. Brings his guitar case, changes shoes, drops it off at 7th floor of the Alumni Hall, picks up the 6 train to Astor Place, goes up, switches to the E of 54th Street. And before you know it, he's at Court Square. 32 feet below the last place he saw his mother. And he's brimming with things to tell her. And he's nervous and his fingers are cold, and he props his guitar case against the wall the way he's seen people do in the movies. But he forgets to open it. And he just starts raging his music out into the tunnels. A great deluge comes out of this kid. He's just standing there with his toes barely over the yellow line, singing song after song about the girl, about Mac, about his in-laws, about his cousin, about the time he broke his nose with his elbow. He sings for maybe an hour and a half straight. His voice is hoarse and raw. He realizes he's forgotten to open his guitar case. People look at him like he's crazy. But he feels clean and hollow and empty. In a good way, though. A way like he hasn't felt in years and years and years. He didn't really have any plans for what he was going to do after this. He couldn't sing anymore that day. He went back to his little ironically monastic cell at NYU. Goes out the next day again. He just has to have that feeling over and over again. He gets better, gets a little more bold. Little by little, people start to stand around and listen to him play. Occasionally, they even wait through a train or two to hear more, which is like a New York City miracle. In a lot of ways, that was when he wasn't really singing to his mother. Of course, he didn't expect to find her again, but that was where he felt the most at home. He made some friends, some musicians. He toured around up and down the Eastern Seaboard, but he didn't like being away from the tunnels for too long. They were his confessional. They were his canvas. People started asking him questions that he couldn't answer, like, "Where can I get your album?" And "Where have you been?" That was a long time ago, but you can still see him down there. In a lot of ways, his life is unchanged from when he first came here from upstate. He's got music on the internet now. A lot of hits on his webpage every day. I heard Joni Mitchell covers one of his songs every so often in concert. Actually, The Sopranos used one of his songs in season 5 or 6. I don't remember. You know, it's filmed a lot of it right there at Silver Cup Studios in Long Island City. Well, the guy's the same. He's got a wife and 2 kids in a second-floor apartment in Greenpoint. He just lives his life, man. Figured out a way. Of course, he never found his mother, but he did find his home in the eclectic womb of a city that never sleeps.